All right, so what's going on? This next one I think is one of those stories that really makes you think about how fast things can go left, and you got to be very careful when you try to correct somebody because it could end up costing you everything. So let's check this story out.
An arrest affidavit says a woman was shot and killed outside a Dallas PetSmart after getting upset at a woman for not saying thank you.
Court documents say the victim, Cecilia Simpson, was shot several times after the dispute escalated into a parking lot fight. Peyton Yeager has more on the story tonight.
The family of 41-year-old Cecilia Simpson sent Fox 4 News these photos of the Duncanville mother of two. Friends and old classmates from Duncanville ISD also mourning the loss. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Simpson was shot and killed after becoming upset because a woman she held the door open for didn't say thank you. The argument started at the store Five Below Tuesday and then spilled over to the PetSmart in the same South Oak Cliff shopping center off Wheatland Road. Investigators say 22-year-old Keona Hampton followed Simpson and her daughter into the PetSmart. Employees there asked them to leave.
The screaming first caught my attention.
Fox 4 spoke to a 27-year-old ER nurse who walked out of the PetSmart as the two women were arguing in the parking lot.
The lady who was the shooter was still instigating, like, I guess, an argument or a fight or something. But the mom and daughter tried to, like, get in their car and, like, de-escalate the situation. But the lady wasn't having it.
According to the affidavit, Hampton later confirmed to detectives she engaged in the verbal dispute, entering the PetSmart twice and continuing the argument, throwing the drink bottle at Simpson's car when she was about to leave and engaging in a physical altercation with her. That's when police say Hampton pulled out a gun and shot Simpson 3 times. Multiple nurses rushed to perform CPR. Simpson's daughter by her mom's side while also on the phone with 911.
If I could just hug that daughter, like, I just feel so bad for her, and I just want her to know that I did everything I could. Those other people did everything they could.
Now, the suspect, Hampton, remains here at the Dallas County Jail. She does face a murder charge. Yesterday, police say the suspect did take off in her own vehicle. She was later arrested. Surveillance video from that shopping center captured the shooting itself and also the suspect's license plate. Steve?
Man, I you know what? I don't even know what to say or that I don't know that whole situation. I mean, like I was saying, it just shows you how fast things can go left and how emotions, pride, how all of that can take over if you're not careful. And something like a few words, few steps in the wrong direction, and now two families are destroyed. And Cecilia Simpson's daughter, she's gonna live with what she saw for the rest of her life. Um, do I think they both were wrong? Yeah, I do think that they both were wrong, but in different ways and to different degrees. One made a mistake in possibly pride and emotion, and the other made a choice that was rooted in anger and violence. Hampton, she continued to follow Simpson and her daughter after the initial exchange. She followed them into another store, you know. Uh, but for Cecilia Simpson, the victim, I think where she may have gone wrong is by letting, a small act of disrespect by somebody not saying thank you, after she held a door for this lady. And I think she let that get under her skin, and she chose to confront and engage with a stranger instead of just letting it go. And the thing with that is her reaction, I think it was human. Most of us, we become irritated when somebody ignores our kindness, but she didn't deserve what happened to her. Not even close. At worst, she made an emotional mistake, but that shouldn't have cost her, her life. So she could have handled that situation better, but her mistake wasn't criminal. It was emotional, but not violent. For the suspect, what's her name? Keona Hampton. She didn't move on after the initial exchange. She followed Simpson. She kept the confrontation alive. She threw a bottle at her car, at this woman's car. She was leaving with her daughter. That escalated things further. And the moment that she pulled that gun out, that's where everything changed. Uh, Once you decide to use a weapon and it's not in self-defense, it's no longer about pride, um, or disrespect. It's a conscious decision that you make to harm somebody. Like I said, this wasn't a thing of self-defense. But while they were both wrong in that situation, they both played a part in how things escalated. Only one person made it deadly. Only one person decided to harm somebody and take somebody's life. But I think that all of this could have been prevented if both sides would have just took a step back, and just asked themselves if this situation is worth my life or my freedom. And you can't expect other people, especially strangers, to have manners. You might hold the door, say good morning, or show respect because that's who you are, but don't expect that same energy back from everybody else. um the world is different. People are different. A lot of people are walking around angry, bitter, or just disconnected. And when you expect common courtesy from uncommon people, you end up disappointed or worse. And you end up in danger. You put yourself in dangerous situations because you don't know what people are thinking. You don't know what they might have on them. So just make sure that you do good because it's in your nature and not because you're waiting for validation. You can't teach manners to a stranger in 5 seconds. You can only control yourself, your peace, your patience, and your reaction. Because at the end of the day, your goal should be simple. It should be to make it home the same way you left or better. That means staying calm, thinking and moving smart, and walking away from things that don't deserve your attention, things that don't serve your peace or purpose. You can't control how other people act, but you can control whether or not you give them the power to ruin your life. So it's an unfortunate situation. I mean, where somebody lost their life over just something so small. So I mean, really think about what you're doing out there. Don't be so quick to correct strangers in public. Just keep in mind you don't know them, they don't know you, and y'all just take care, stay safe, and make better choices. Peace, y'all.